I figured out something from that product code. On the piece of scrap metal that Mega Man picked up, that robot's period of use had expired. It was scheduled to be scrapped. I feel bad for those robots, but their expiration dates are decided by law. Wait, they were supposed to be expired? Scrapped? Why are they going crazy? Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Let's Play Mega Man 9 Part 2. I'm not going to waste any time and jump right into the Jewel Man stage. Okay, so Jewel Man stage, actually pretty easy. It's usually recommended to go after Jewel Man second because his weakness is the Black Hole Bomb, Galaxy Man's weapon, and in all actuality, fighting Jewel Man with just the Mega Buster, not recommended. And it all has to do with Jewel Man's weapon, the Jewel Satellite. It's basically the shield weapon of the game, and holy shit, it's powerful. I mean, it's powerful when Jewel Man has it equipped, but wow, it is extremely overpowered when Mega Man has it. Like, just you wait, once I get the Jewel Shield and we go to Plug Man stage, I am gonna wreck shop with Plug Man stage because of how overpowered the Jewel Satellite is. It is the greatest shield weapon ever, and since we're on the subject, let me talk about the special weapons of Mega Man 9. The most useful special weapons in the series, probably. I mean, nothing's going to stand up to the Metal Blade and just how overpowered and amazing that was, but wow, these weapons are close. Black Hole Bomb is useful, Hornet Chaser is super useful, the Jewel Shield is overpowered as fuck, Concrete Shot, alright, Concrete Shot's not that, it's okay. Pretty situational, but it's powerful when used on the right enemies and on Galaxy Man. I'll talk about the special weapons more in a second. Let's talk about this mini-boss, because I fuck up, because I forget the basic tenet of this mini-boss. Run left and right across the length of 3 boulders. I made a mistake, I only ran across the length of 2 boulders, and as such, I get punished for it. Keep an eye on where the main boulder with the big googly eyes, well, not googly eyes, but keep an eye on where the main boulder goes. You'll be able to tell once the crumbling stops. You know, it's a little crumbling on the rocks. Fuck! Little bits of debris fall. Okay, you won't know where the boulder is the first time. It's usually not right above you. Little bits of debris fall. See those bits of debris? And the last boulder to have those bits of debris fall is the boulder where the actual boss boulder is hiding. Okay? If you want to avoid the boulders, just run left and right across the length of 3 boulders. And you'll be fine. Then just keep wailing on him with your pellet shots. Hornet Chaser works really well because it drags him down and does extra damage to him. Not that tough. I can't believe I fucking died. And I got hit again when I fought him the second time. I mean, fuck. Embarrassing. And since I'm not playing on a computer, I'm recording this directly off my PS3 with my Elgato. I don't get to use save states to have nice clean recordings. Although, the good thing about that is I can finally record in bulk, like a big boy. I can finally have nice, long, half-hour recording sessions instead of just manically recording 3 or 4 minute sessions and then hoping the thing comes out alright. Because that's the reason why I I do such short sessions on my computer. I tried recording long style with the original Mega Man. Just record the whole thing in one go, because I can do that. But wow, the recording came out awful and corrupted and messed up, and the volume was bad, and video was all fucked up. It's why, for when I play games on the computer with emulators, I have to record in short bursts in order to avoid any potential problems. But now that I'm recording directly off my console, now that I can do that, finally, I can record in nice long chunks. So when I fuck up, you're gonna see me fuck up. As you saw during the Concrete Man stage. And just here with Jewel Man stage. Fuck that boulder. But it's okay. It's okay because we're done with the stage. And Jewel Man, with his weakness, is very easy. I don't recommend fighting him with the Mega Buster. Not easy with the Mega Buster. With the Black Hole Bomb, it's very easy. 2 or 3 Black Hole Bombs is all you need. Just lay down somewhere near a wall. Whenever you jump, Jewel Man jumps. He will occasionally try and throw his Jewel Shield at you, 1 jewel at a time. Don't let him do that. If you're fighting him without his weakness, he's completely invulnerable to damage until after he throws his Jewel Shield, at which point you can start hurting him. Time your jumps in order for him to jump above you and keep you safe from all harm. Kind of annoying, kind of an involved boss. That's why I don't recommend fighting him with just the Mega Buster. Use the Black Hole Bomb. You'll be fine. Cutscene. I've upgraded Rush to help you out, Mega Man. Ah! Stop! I'll try and slow him down a bit for you, though. Okay, and we're back. Now we have Rush Jet, which is how Rush Jet operated in Mega Man 4 onward, not the Mega Man 3 version of Rush Jet. It's never going to be that broken and overpowered and amazing again. What is broken and overpowered and amazing is the Jewel Satellite. Just look at how powerful and majestic this thing is. Nothing can hurt Mega Man. It lasts until you decide to throw it by pressing the fire button, or just, switching to a different weapon, or just leaving the screen. It's never going to run out naturally, It's not like the Skull Shield from Mega Man 4. Skull Shield from Mega Man 4, good shield, absorbs damage, but only once, and then the shield disappears. Not so with the Jewel Satellite. We're dealing with diamonds, and wowie wow, diamonds can take all sorts of crap before they finally fizzle out. In this case, never fizzling out. Plugman's stage is not particularly difficult. I know the appearance of reappear and disappearing blocks can make it appear more difficult than it is, and there is one particularly long section of reappear and disappearing blocks later in this level that's pretty annoying, but the reality of it is, this stage is pretty easy. If you're used to reappear and disappearing blocks, watch out for that big Mega Man. Jewel Satellite takes care of him in one hit. Regular Mega Buster takes a few shots. The reality of it is, the stage is not that difficult. What is a reality, though, is that Plugman himself is a fucking bitch. Okay? Difficult. Difficult fucking boss. Do not recommend fighting this boss with the Mega Buster either. Holy shit. Really tough. His weakness is Jewel Satellite. I recommend you use it. Okay? For most people that play the game normally, going after Galaxy Man first, then Jewel Man, then Plugman, that's usually the way to go. That's weakness order. Oh, hey, an E-Tank. One of the only E-Tanks in the game. I believe that's the only E-Tank in the Robot Master stages that you can actually collect. There's a shop in this game that we'll cover in Part 3 in Sepia Tone, because I'm doing a little story thing there. But there is a shop in this game, and you can buy E-Tanks and Mystery Tanks and a whole bunch of other good stuff. But in terms of actually finding E-Tanks in the stages themselves, I think that's the only one you can find in the stages themselves, not counting the Wily Castle. There's a couple in the Wily Castle. There's at least one in the Wily Castle. First stage is definitely one. And there's a Mystery Tank in Stage 3, but we'll cover that when we actually get to the Wily Castle. Spoiler alert, yeah, it's Wily. Shocker, right? Who would have guessed it? Right? After 8 games, maybe it was Dr. Light doing all this stuff. No, of course it's not fucking Dr. Light. It's Dr. Wily. It's always Dr. Wily. That's how these games work, with the exception of, Mega Man and Base 2, where it's evil Mega Man. Do I feel bad about spoiling this game? No, it came out in 2008. It came out almost 10 years ago. If you didn't play this, too bad. Spoilers are on the table. Also, have you played any Mega Man game ever in your life? It's always Dr. Wily. Let's talk about Plugman now. He jumps. He shoots his plug shot. Plug shot is very annoying, very dangerous. It will travel across the ground. Once it reaches the ceiling, it's going to track you, and it will fall directly on your head wherever you are. Jewel Satellite is Plugman's weakness. Use it. Unfortunately, I didn't have enough to just finish him off. I actually do a lot better on him during this last little bit than I thought I was going to. Thought I was going to get hit a lot more. Plugman does a lot of contact damage. His plug shots do a lot of damage. He's very dangerous, not to be taken lightly. There is a reason there's an E-tank in the stage. It's because Plugman is really difficult. Okay, I can't stress that enough. Plugman is not easy. The stage itself, not that bad if you get used to reappear and disappearing blocks, but Plugman is difficult. He's very, very difficult. Okay? Don't be fooled by how that boss fight looked at the end there where I actually didn't do that bad. It's hard. But for our troubles, we get the plug ball. Let me go back to talking about the special weapons, actually. I was going on and on about how useful they are. There's a couple of them that aren't that useful. Like I said, concrete shots, pretty situational. Plug ball itself is also pretty situational. It's Tornado Man's weakness. You don't have to use it on Tornado Man. I do because I fuck up and die again. The reality of it is, though, Tornado Man's not that difficult. The only reason you should wait this long to go to Tornado Man's stage is because the stage is kind of difficult. The opposite of Plug Man, where the stage is kind of easy, but the boss is really difficult. Tornado Man, stage is difficult, boss is easy. Stage has a couple of gimmicks. This is one of them. These rolling cylinders. Gotta be careful. If you press the jump button when Mega Man is at the bottom of the roll, of the spin, of the rotation, then he's going to fall like a brick, straight down. And if there isn't anything down there to catch him, he's going to die. Absolutely wait until you get Rush Jet. You always get Rush Jet after your 5th stage, right? Yeah, no, you always get Rush Jet after your 5th stage. You always get the little piece of scrap metal with the expiration date after your 4th stage. You get Rush Jet after your 5th stage. You get the cutscene where Dr. Light is imprisoned after the 1st stage. Yeah, the cutscenes you're seeing, they all happen after a certain number of Robot Masters. They don't happen because you beat certain Robot Masters. For example, you don't get Rush Jet for beating Jewel Man. You get Rush Jet for beating the 5th Robot Master. You don't see Dr. Light imprisoned when you beat Galaxy Man. You see Dr. Light imprisoned when you beat the 1st Robot Master. You don't get the piece of scrap metal for beating Hornet Man. You get the piece of scrap metal from your 4th Robot Master. That's how the cutscenes work. It's going to become even more apparent during the final main cutscene of the game, because the cutscene does actually change. This particular final cutscene actually changes its look depending on which Robot Master you beat last. It's not much, and I'm not going to show it off in its entirety, but it's pretty cool. Nice attention to detail that the next main cutscene of the game changes a little bit depending on which Robot Master you beat last. Oh, this section. This section is just like Toadman from Mega Man 4. The rain pushes you back. Shameless plug, by the way. Check out Mega Man 4. Although Mega Man 4 didn't have these umbrella robots. I'm being extra careful here because this is the difficult part of the stage. This is the bitch part of the stage where you definitely want to use Rush Jet. If you don't have Rush Jet, then that's difficult. It doesn't seem that difficult, but because the rain is pushing you backwards, your jumps have to count. But thankfully, my jumps didn't have to count because I just used Rush Jet, and you can use him here again if you want. I don't think I actually do use him here again, though. I'm not recorded this like a week ago, so I don't remember. If I know, I don't use him again. At least not immediately. Yeah. Don't be scared of those dark clouds that are beneath Mega Man. They have platforms, so you're not going to fall to your death if you fall on a dark cloud. The dark clouds above you don't have platforms, so the dark clouds that are below Mega Man do have platforms, so don't worry about it too much. Oh, yeah. Here's where I tried to use Rush Coil, but I could not get him to land on the platform. So eventually I decided to jump it. Yeah, see? There we go. Nothing to be afraid of. And we're already done with the stage. Okay, so I died to Tornado Man, but why do I die to Tornado Man? Is it because he beats me in a fair fight? No. See those spikes at the top? Tornado Man has a move where he summons tornadoes and makes the air very light, like you're underwater. I mean, there's no air underwater, but you know what I mean when you're underwater. Underwater physics where you jump really high. He does that every time he summons his tornadoes. And, you know, if you mistime your jumps, you're going to jump into the fucking spikes! God! The reality of it is though, Tornado Man is a war of attrition robot. You can keep raining blows on him. I decided to use Plug Shot here at the end, Plug Ball I should say, just to show that it is his weakness. Reality of it though, Tornado Man is a war of attrition boss. He's not super difficult. It's those stupid tornadoes that blow you into the spikes that can be the annoying part. Besides that though, he's just your classic war of attrition boss. Definitely don't come to the stage until you have Rush Jet though. Anyway, for our troubles we get Tornado Blow, which is our awesome screen nuke weapon of the game. Which will be perfect in Magma Man stage, because Magma Man is weak to Tornado Blow, and holy shit, Magma Man is tough. This is an appropriate stage to go to last. Without a doubt. It's epic, it's kind of long, it's got a pretty good mini-boss. Not that difficult mini-boss, but a pretty good mini-boss, exciting mini-boss. Good music. I haven't talked about the music of Mega Man 9 too much. I mentioned it in part 1, a little bit how it harkens back to Mega Man 2. It's a really good soundtrack. It's a great soundtrack. I prefer 10's soundtrack overall, because I think objectively still that Mega Man 10 is the better game compared to 9. But 9 is a pretty damn good soundtrack. Very nostalgic. Very nostalgic, but it's good on it. It stands on its own. You know, the soundtrack does stand on its own. The stage themes, anyway. You know, the Get a Weapon theme is just copy and paste from Mega Man 2, and so on and so forth. But the actual stage themes themselves are pretty good, and I really enjoy the first castle theme that we're going to be hearing in the next part. I know a lot of people are going to say it's not as good as Mega Man 2's Wily Castle 1 theme, but there's other games besides Mega Man 2. That's one thing I don't get about the fandom. I know Mega Man 2 was a trend-setting game, and really great, and by the way, this boss is weak to Black Hole Bomb. You can just use your Mega Buster if you want, but Black Hole Bomb is pretty great. It prevents him from shooting fire at you, which is always a good thing. The Mega Man fandom, though. So obsessed with Mega Man 2. Mega Man 2 is a great game, but it's not the only game. You know, there's other really good Mega Man games out there. In the classic series, not just, you know, like the X series. This is a great game. 10's a better game, objectively. I think 7 is extremely underrated. Not the best in the series, but it's extremely underrated. And it's a good challenge for people that like a challenge in their Mega Man games. I don't know. I don't even know why I'm complaining about this. It's not a real complaint. But a lot of people that I know that like Mega Man just like Mega Man 2 and like don't give the other ones a chance for any reason. I always take a hit there because I'm never comfortable making that jump. I don't know. It's not even a real complaint. I don't even know why I'm rambling about this. It's just something I've noticed about a lot of people that like the Mega Man series. They only like Mega Man 2 and like barely give the other ones a chance. It's a shame because there's a lot to like about the other Mega Man games. This lava that shoots down is instant kill, by the way. If you get close enough, you can actually see the thing touch Mega Man. It's a nice, neat little effect. Neat little spread effect they did there. Yeah, I don't even know why I'm rambling about this. It's not a real thing. It's just something I've observed about people that like the Mega Man series. They like 2, they like X1, and that's it. Like half the people I know that like Mega Man never even played the Zero series. And the Zero series is fantastic. But I'm gonna get off this weird ramble and just talk about Magma Man. Don't fight Magma Man with the Mega Buster. Please don't. He's very difficult. Very difficult and very strong. Use Tornado Blow. It's a screen nuke. Hurts and kills and blows away anything on screen, including Magma Man. It actually causes his fire to fizzle out, and his magma shot actually becomes weaker. His magma bazooka actually becomes weaker. And yeah, that's it. Very easy. For our troubles of beating the 8th Robot Master, we get the memory circuit board. You don't get the memory circuit board for beating Magma Man, you get it for beating the 8th Robot Master. That's how the cutscenes in this game work. I'm reiterating. And now I'm done reiterating. For our troubles, we get the Magma Bazooka. They don't show it here, but you can actually charge Magma Bazooka. We'll see that on part 3. For now, though, cutscene. This is the memory circuit board. We can play back his memory to see why he went crazy. I'll put it on the screen. So, what are you trying to say? I'm saying you're all going to end up in the junkyard. Well, of course. When we're done with our work, that's what happens. It's not just you. Millions of robots all over the world are winding up as piles of junk. You work hard for humans, and then they destroy you when they're no longer needed. Doesn't that make you angry? Just because you reach some arbitrary expiration date doesn't mean you should be scrapped. You're all still quite useful. You have a right to live. I'm gonna help you. Together, we'll show the world how useful you all can still be. Perhaps you're right. Still want to be of use to people. Can you repair us? I'd be glad to. You're in good hands with me. It was Wily all along. That's the end of part 2, ladies and gentlemen. We'll talk more about that cutscene and how it changes, depending on which Robot Master you beat last, next time. Until then, hope you enjoyed. Have a great day. Bye-bye.